Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, respected teachers, viewers, and my dear students. Coming with an important topic that is called command words. This is a topic which is of utmost significance in all the subjects, not necessarily in English, even in mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and even in Urdu. Whatever the subject is, command words are of utmost importance. Until and unless you follow the command of the examiner, how would you get full marks in that question? So, therefore, my dear students, please pay heed to this aspect very seriously and attentively. Let's have a detailed look at what are the command words, the definition of command words, what type of command words are there, what is the purpose of using them, and what will be the benefit of using them. So, command words are verbs or phrases used in questions. It can be one word, it can be a phrase, it can be a combination of two words. They are mostly in the form of verbs. So, they can be verbs or phrases used in questions to direct someone to perform a specific task in a particular way. For example, I ask you to subscribe my channel. Subscribe will be a command word. I ask you to follow my instructions. Follow will be the command word. I ask you to listen attentively. Listen will be the command word. I ask you to note down what I am saying. Note down will be the command word. These are the command words and their examples which I have given from you in simple day-to-day life. Now we will be looking at the purpose and significance of command words. There are three main purposes of command words. Number one, clarity. They give clear instructions, and clear instructions can be given regarding the requirement of a task. That what does the examiner want the candidates to do, that will be given clearly through the command word. So the first purpose will be clarity. Number two will be focus. That direct attention is given to specific actions. For example, the examiner asks you to focus on the key points of this topic. So the command word will give you the direction to focus. And the third purpose is assessment. It guide to assessment to guide responses in exams or assessments. That, for example, what will be you assessed at? In which part of the question? Sometimes the examiner asks you to pick up information from the text. Sometimes he asks you to use own words. Sometimes he asks you to give suggestions from your own. So whatever the purpose is will be conveyed through the command word. I hope the definition and the purpose as well as significance of command words is clear. Now I have jotted down a list of some of the common command words which are used in our examination papers. There are just 10 which I have shared before you. There can be innumerable, just as I have given you examples from my personal life also. Analyze. We will be looking at each of these command words in detail. First, just have a screenshot of this list so that you can have an idea of what they are. Compare. Even contrast can be a command word. I have not written it over here, but it can be. Describe. Narrate can also be a command word. Discuss. Elaborate can be a command word. Evaluate is an important command word in the directed writing scenario. Explain. It can be an important command word in geography, history, or Islamiyat paper. Illustrate, an important command word in any subject where the diagrams are required. Summarize. Briefly tell. Shed light. Now let's look at the different command words one by one. The first command word, why you should know the meanings of these so that you answer the requirement of the examiner accurately. The first command word is analyze, which means to examine and interpret something in detail. Not just tell the content of something, rather telling the deep evaluation of something, examining something, and interpreting something in detail, breaking it down into parts or components to understand its meaning. So, analysis of something when you are asked to write down the analysis of a text. So, it means that you will be examining it and you will be interpreting it. You will be taking out meanings of different things in detail and you will be breaking down its components. I hope this is clear. The second command word is compare. When you identify the similarities and differences between two or more things or ideas or concepts, it means that you are doing comparison of things. The next command word, the third command word is describe. When in the comprehension paper, when in the composition paper, for example, the question says describe. So it means that you will be providing detailed information or representation of that topic through description. Information is provided about its characteristics, about its features, and about its attributes. Attributes means qualities. It is like creating a picture of something that when you just read that description, you can visualize that. You can hear the sounds which were described in that picture. So, this is the essence of description which you follow in descriptive essay. The fourth command word is discuss. Discuss means to examine a topic or to explore a topic in detail. When you are asked to discuss a topic in the class, the students come up with the pros and cons of that topic. So it's an open discussion. Evaluate, the most important keyword, the most important command word in the directed writing question, about which I have made a complete video which you can watch whenever you want to attempt directed writing question. What does it mean? Evaluate means to judge the value or quality or effectiveness of something. For example, identifying the advantages and disadvantages, assessing strengths or weaknesses, weighing the pros and cons of some topic or some idea. This is the true essence of evaluation. The detail is provided in the video on evaluation. The next command word is explain. It means to make something very clear. Lot of information is provided when you explain something, but obviously you have to look at the marks that the question is carrying. Accordingly, you will explain and you provide lot of information, lot of detail according to the context and sometimes using the context. The next command word is illustrate. Illustrate means to demonstrate something so clearly with the help of visuals, pictures, examples, or even comparative concepts that this thing is tall and this thing is short, this thing is long and this thing is small. So you illustrate just as there are illustrations in the storybooks which the students are very fond of looking at because they get a clear idea of the character and what's going on in that story. The next command word is summarize. Summarize means to give something in condensed form, in a short form. But in summarization, you are highlighting the key points or main ideas or essential aspects of that topic. It also means giving an overview of something or a brief account of that topic. Summarization you would have been doing in different topics and it is also a part of the comprehension paper, so you should know what does it mean. And the next command word is briefly tell. When the examiner says briefly tell, it means that you have to come up with precise and concise answer, focusing on the essential aspects without extensive elaboration. It means that unnecessary details should not be there when you are briefly telling something. The next command word is shedding light. It is also an idiomatic expression when you say, would you shed light on this topic? It means that will you explain it? Will you illuminate a topic? Will you verify it with the help of examples? Will you provide deep meaning, deep understanding, and deep insight into this? That will be shedding light. This is mostly used in the context of Islamiyat and maybe history as well. The next command word is pick out a phrase. When the examiner says pick out, it means you have to pick it up. You don't have to use own words when the question says pick out. And when the question says a phrase, it means one phrase will be given. And you should also not confuse phrase with words, because phrase might have more than one word. It can be one word, but it can have more than one word in which incomplete message is given. This is the definition of phrase. The next command word can be pick out, for example, three consecutive words. When the question says three consecutive, it means that they should be next to each other. It should not be broken answer from three different places. Rather, the three words should be next to each other, and you will not write them in own words. You will pick them, because the command word says pick out. Write two details. When the question says write two details, it means that you will follow the instruction given in the command word, and you will give two details in independent form. When the question says give evidence, it means that you will provide supportive detail from the passage. You will pick it up from there. You will not elaborate anything on your own, because the examiner has commanded you to give evidence. And the last command word, my dear students, is the difference to understand between show and tell. When you show something, it means that you demonstrate something, or to illustrate something, or to display something. Whereas when you tell something, it means that you talk about something, you speak about something. For example, I'm telling you about command words, and I will show you about command words when I will give you examples in the form of sentences. So this will be the difference between these two command words. Once you are 100% sure about these command words, even in SAT exams they are used, even in comprehension paper they are used, and in all the subjects I have told you that they do have particular significance. So do clarify their meanings whenever you get time, and don't forget to subscribe the channel, and don't forget to suggest me the topic for the next video. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.